Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo guys, jumpa kembali di channel Idus TV. Apa kabar kalian semuanya? Saya doakan semoga kalian dalam keadaan sehat selalu, dimurahkan rezekinya, serta dimudahkan segala urusannya. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Kemenangan tipis 1-0 antara timnas kita, Indonesia, atas Bahrain pada leg kedua grup C putaran ketiga kualifikasi Piala Dunia 2026. Lantas, keberhasilan ini guys membuat timnas kita melesat di ranking FIFA naik 4 peringkat ke posisi 123, sedangkan Bahrain turun 3 posisi di ranking FIFA. Dan kemenangan ini langsung jadi perbincangan hangat dari berbagai media asing, menuai kritik dan pujian. Datang dari salah satu podcast dari luar negeri yang mengungkapkan Indonesia seharusnya bisa menang dengan skor lebih banyak, mengingat bermain di kandang sendiri dan memiliki beberapa peluang emas yang terbuang. Mereka juga menyoroti penyelesaian akhir yang kurang efektif. Yang kita tahu, Marcelino dan Eliano gagal mencetak gol di pertandingan kemarin ya. Mereka juga memberikan pujian terhadap Ole Romeny dan Rizky Ridho yang begitu bermain luar biasa dan menjadi juru kunci kemenangan Indonesia atas Bahrain. Namun ada juga pendapat netizen dari luar negeri guys yang mengatakan Sintayong masih lebih baik dibanding Patrick Kluivert karena Sintayong mampu mengalahkan tim yang lebih kuat yaitu Arab Saudi dengan banyak gol dibanding Patrick Kluivert atas kemenangan Bahrain kemarin ya. Oke guys, tanpa berlama-lama lagi, mari kita simak pernyataan dan tanggapan dari podcast luar negeri ini.
Can you imagine if Indonesia came out in this game and played the way they did against Australia? They would have lost. World Cup dreams essentially shattered, dead, but that's not the world we live in. We live in a world where Indonesia came out and played a fantastic defensive game. Absolutely fantastic. The polar opposite of what they did versus Australia. And they held on to a much-deserved 1-0 win. It should have been, what should it have been, Sasha? Maybe
3-0?
4-0, if not
3-0. Mr. Marcelino missed some sitters. Marcelino Ferdinand missed some sitters.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the good because, you know, there was always that. There was a goal made in Oxford United, guys. Goal made in Oxford United. Marcelino Ferdinand to his partner in crime, Ole Romeny.
Oh,
right? So many good things out of this match.
So many good things. Let's talk about the 12th man. Let's talk about those fans and what a difference that atmosphere made, Roy.
It was insane. You could hear it. I had to turn my volume down. My wife was still sleeping. Usually I have my volume on 10, 10 out of 100. I had it on 10. It sounded like 2,000 volume level. My wife was screaming at me from the bedroom, turn it down, damn it, turn it down. I said, it's Indonesia. It's Indonesia, carajo, vamos, Perula.
Imagine if they make it to the U.S., that noise, that passion coming here to the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. Wow, man.
They filled the stadium.
Incredible.
Patrick Kluivert, my friend.
Yeah.
Big game. Let's say this, okay? We talked about qualifying up to this stage, some weird changes, but when we saw what was the game that was going to make all the difference, which was the game that was the most pivotal game on the schedule, and all of us, this was the game. This is the game you circled. This is the team you had to beat. This was the 3 points you had to have at home. Under pressure, the team gets it done, and Patrick Kluivert gets it done, Roy.
Well, let's wait on that Patrick Kluivert. I want to ask this to the Indonesians fans and to you guys as well. Did you notice on the sidelines that Mr. Pastor was in Kluivert's ear pretty much half the game, just whispering in his ear, saying, do this, do that. Kluivert was like, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. I don't know. I don't know, man. But Pastor was coming through with some tactical whisper that I think made a massive difference because the substitutions were good. They were very strong substitutions that led to keeping the clean sheet. So kudos to whoever on the coaching staff made these decisions and led the tactical strategy. It was spot on.
I want to say one thing that clearance off the line
A header, right?
By Ridho. Is that I think Ridho. You guys Indonesians tell me how to pronounce his name. I always want to say Rizky Ridho. I love his name, but it's like
he was taking no risks back there.
Yeah, but that was an unbelievable clearance right there.
Then they win 1-0 at home against Bahrain.
Setuju.
And
Memang bagus Ridho, Rizky Ridho pas main kemarin ya.
looks like that round 4 is really going to happen. It's really going to happen. I can't believe what we're seeing here. I said that if Indonesia got 5 points, it was a massive dub. They're on what? 9 right now? 9 freaking points. It is a successful campaign for the Indonesian national team. And like I said, they should have beat Bahrain by multiple goals. I mean, the miss by Marcelino Ferdinand, I think he thought he was playing on Saudi Arabia again and wanted to be the hero. I mean, it was just a really, really bad shot, terrible decision. He had Romeny wide open for a tap and he just puts the ball into the 50th row. Not the greatest game from Marcelino. Really good game from, what's my boy's name in the center back position? Risky, I think. Had a header clearance off the goal line at one point. Really, really strong match from him. So Indonesia responded exactly how you would want a team trying to qualify to the World Cup to respond. I think in terms of possession, it was a pretty even game, much like it was in Rifa. The main difference was that Indonesia didn't make the same mistakes that they made in Rifa, and they were able to clean up shop, created the better chances. This time they put them away. Remember an extra time when it was a 3-on-1, Rafael Stroik and 2 others against one Bahrain defender, and they were unable to complete the pass, the squared pass to a teammate that would have made it 3-1, and Indonesia would have won. And dude, they'd be on 11 points right now. They'd be above Saudi Arabia in third if they had done that. So the team learned, and they took a step up in this window by beating Bahrain. So I think overall for Indonesia, it's a good window, despite the Australia beatdown, because you get the 3 points against Bahrain. Next match is China at home. That has to be 3 points again. Also a revenge game. Another revenge game. They get back-to-back revenge games, so I'm very curious to see what they do there. And then Japan away. A Japan that will, without a doubt, be playing not only a B squad, but probably a group of guys that don't care if the Saudi Arabia game is anything to indicate. And before people start saying, oh, it's still impossible, even if it's a Japan B team, I mean, never forget when Vietnam got a draw away in Japan in World Cup qualifying. I know I'll never forget that, because I thought Japan were going to go out there and stop 4-0. And instead, they kind of barely tried, much like Japan had been barely trying for 2 windows now. And Vietnam, they draw 1-1. I think Maya Yoshida got an own goal and a goal in that game, if I remember. A bit of an interesting performance from him. That's neither here nor there. It's not impossible for Indonesia to get a draw. It really isn't, because they're going to be going for it, guns blazing. And if Japan's like, we're Japan, we don't need to try, Indonesia could get something there. I'm not kidding. Moving on to some players. Hilgers, Dix, Reinders was not that impressed with any of those guys. I'm not going to lie. I don't trust anything that Indonesians say
bagus lo mainnya itu.
online. Not because I don't trust you guys.
Ditangkapin dia, bagus mainnya.
But because you only say positive things. So I can't believe any of it. Because everybody's like, oh my God, this guy's going to be the best. He's going to be the best right back in Asia. Oh my God, this guy's so good. Oh my God, our midfield's going to be on top. No. I just don't believe any of it. I wasn't impressed with any of those guys. But Romeny, I think I was saying Romeny earlier. Is it Romeny or Romney? I don't know. Somebody tell me down below. He looks like one of the better commitments that Indonesia have gotten. I can't believe I just said commitments. Like, this is goddamn college football. 5-star wide receiver going to Ohio State. Like, commit 5-star recruit Ole Romeny for the Indonesian national team. I mean, that's just really how it is now at this point. 2 goals in his opening window. You cannot ask for anything better than that. Huge moment against Bahrain as well to give this team 3 points. Patrick Kluivert, last thing here. Has he vindicated his appointment? No. No, he is not. And the reason I say that is because I genuinely believe Shin Tae-yong as manager would have beat Bahrain at home. Jack, how can you say that? Kluivert, no. Here, I'll tell you exactly how I can say that. Because Shin Tae-yong, as Indonesia manager, beat a better team, Saudi Arabia, by more goals, 2-0, than what Kluivert did to Bahrain. I guess the one similarity is that Indonesia should have won by more goals against Saudi Arabia, and Indonesia should have won by more goals against Bahrain. But I can't say that this is some statement win that Shin Tae-yong didn't get. You know what's crazy is that if Shin Tae-yong was here, he would have beaten both Bahrain in Saudi Arabia as Indonesia manager, which would easily go down as like the most epic, goated campaign for any manager in their history. And instead, we got to split the results because we got a sacking in here right after a historic result. You know, just crazy how unfair football can be sometimes.
Indonesia picking up a massive 3 points against Bahrain. Massive. And they got the revenge on Bahrain. This Romeny guy, Strui cool. What did I tell you guys about Strui? Decent, lively, awful. Awful finishing. Romeny has shown more in 2 games than Strui has in about 20 games for Indonesia. This Romeny guy is a baller. Baller. At least he has some confidence in front of goal. Marcelino Ferdinand should have had about 2 goals in this game with the chances he had. I mean, Indonesia should have really won this game 3-0, 4-0 if we're going to be kind. Okay, there was a decent opportunity for Bahrain in the second half from a cross where Itzes misses the header. I thought, okay, yeah, Bahrain, they're offering something. Bahrain are a good team at home. Away from home, they're just going to try and frustrate the opponents. But once Indonesia got that first goal, I think it was so critical. Because if this was 0-0 heading into the 70th minute, you would have seen a little bit more frustration from the Indonesian players. Ridho, Hubner, and Itzes, the three center backs, monster games. Monster games. And finally, Indonesia had a decent performance going forward and defensively looked solid. Because the Australia game was just howler after howler. They created opportunities, but just defensively were a mess. This is kind of similar to the Saudi Arabia game. Now, all Indonesia, I think all they have to do is just beat China at home. They beat China at home, they will qualify to the next round.
Ya, itu dia tadi guys, video-videonya yang tadi kita lihat. Yang kata bule tadi, Rafael Struijk itu kurang percaya diri di depan gawang dan finishingnya pun juga buruk katanya. Kalau menurut saya sih, ya memang iya sih guys. Dan saya juga setuju dari pernyataan dari Coach Justin yang berkata, bisa dilihat saat lawan Australia, babak kedua tuh langsung diganti. Bukan Struiknya jelek, bukan nggak punya skill, cuman secara fisik belum bisa bersaing dengan pemain senior, ungkapnya. Betul sih. Dan semenjak kehadiran Ole Romeny, ini kayak seperti puzzle ya guys ya, yang selama ini kita cari akhirnya ditemukan dan menjadi predator kita saat ini. Semoga pelatih kita, Patrick Kluivert dan Alex Pastoor bisa mengevaluasi pemain-pemain kita yang peluang-peluang yang ada itu bisa dilakukan dengan baik agar terjadinya gol. Karena peluang kecil, sekecil apapun itu sangatlah berharga. Apalagi di tanggal 5 Juni 2025, timnas kita akan menjamu dengan Cina. Dan tim Cina ini tidak bisa dianggap remeh meskipun berada peringkat 6 klasemen grup C. Karena ini sepak bola guys, apapun bisa terjadi, entah Cina yang menang atau Indonesia yang menang. Bagaimana tanggapan kalian guys tentang video-video tadi? Drop komentar terbaik kalian di bawah ya. Sekian dulu guys video hari ini, semoga video kali ini bermanfaat dan menarik untuk Anda simak. Kita jumpa lagi di video selanjutnya, terima kasih banyak.